I have a varied caseload here, so every day is a little bit different for me. Some days I do outpatient therapy, and then other days I do assessment, and then usually I have groups thrown into the mix. But so usually I get here first thing in the morning, and then what I do is I kind of check my roster for the day, and if it's individual sessions, what I do is basically I see people every 45 minutes. The biggest things that I would say would be flexibility. Definitely, I feel like in any setting as a therapist, one of the biggest things is you kind of have to go with the flow. You might have a structured day where you come in and you see that you've got 5 people on in the morning, 5 people on in the afternoon, but a lot of times if you have people that don't show, there's things that come up along the way. A lot of times we might get phone calls from the hospital if we have a certain person who's presented to the hospital needing hospitalization. Sometimes we have family and friends of patients that come in if they have questions about things, or if there's an emergency situation where they kind of need to meet with us. So a lot of times you have to be able to kind of go with the flow. One of the biggest challenges a lot of times is you can never be fully prepared for everything that comes through the door each day. A lot of times when you're meeting people, there's always some new issue you're coming across. Sometimes you see people who face a lot of barriers, a lot of obstacles, so you really have to be knowledgeable and aware of the different resources in the community, what sort of services are out there that people can utilize whenever they're having, a really hard time. I definitely feel like I am very fortunate. I have a great team upstairs. Some of the people I work with are some of the best colleagues I've ever had. They're very supportive. This is definitely a job where you really, a lot of times, need to seek out supervision because there's always ethical issues that come up. There's new challenges that you face. So a lot of times working with your peers, you can kind of seek out guidance to kind of help work through some of those really challenging cases or situations where you don't really 100% know how to deal with something. Knowing at the end of the day that you had an impact on somebody, but it's kind of hard to describe what that feeling's like, but it is pretty awesome. With therapy, a lot of times you can see the significant impacts you make in other people's lives, and it does have a profound impact on us to where it just makes you feel elated.